Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. As usual, guys, we are going to talk gold. Bob has been telling you, don't sleep on gold. We're going to talk about that in this video and what to expect in the weeks ahead. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, Bob, Trade Genius here. Peace, love, and Trade Genius. Spring into some savings with us right now. We got some great specials running. Market is in precedented areas right now. We think we got a good handle on it. Go to tradelikeagenius.com. Take advantage of our spring specials. Thanks for listening. See you later. Hey, like I mentioned on Saturday, I said we should probably do a gold chart. We're starting to see some action on it. Good follow through today. Let's throw the chart up. A visual's better than me just yakking away here. So I threw this chart together here. And if you notice on the bottom, that's our algorithm. Okay. And as you can see, it lets you know when there's buying pressure and selling pressure coming in. We had a wave of buying, but the pullback was pretty light. And we're just about ready to break that neckline of an inverted head and shoulder there, Phil. And so I drew three red lines on there that you can see. I think the next resistance area is. And so I think it looks really, really good for gold to definitely break over 2200. But if the measured move happens, maybe 2370 area, 2400 before they try to beat it back down again. As you know, you and I have been talking, they can't suppress everything if they want to take this thing parabolic. And if you notice, oil broke out last week. We got over 80, a little bit of a pullback today, but Mondays seem to always be pullback Monday for oil. And that's a little tip and trick here, guys. If oil pulls back on Monday, wait till Tuesday afternoon and buy till Friday. Then natural gas, big blow up today higher, and natural gas stocks are moving. And now we have gold. Silver already broke out too. So I think this is a good opportunity, Phil, here for basically the everything market. The best analogy I can think of right now is we're watching a firework display on July 4th.
Yeah.
And we're getting close to the crescendo when they just send everything up. And you know what happens at the end? You get that afterglow and then darkness. So I think right now we're going to get we're getting that big final crescendo.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn it back to you, but I want you to flip and just talk Bitcoin for a minute too, because we were so close now to the all-time high.
Yeah, the all-time high on Coinbase is 69,000. We hit 68,000 on the nose on Coinbase a little while ago. So, about 1K away. Now, there'll probably be some chopping around here, but, given the way that the chart is looking right now, you don't really want to fade this move. I think a lot of people are expecting that if we poke a new all-time high, they're going to pull the rug and, have one of those spectacular Bitcoin pullbacks. But I think that there's too much expectation for that. And I think the real risk is you get an impulse move beyond and we see something that goes up to maybe like 72K. And then instead of pulling back, it just consolidates up there. And so I think you have to be mindful of how Bitcoin behaves. And when it's in a, like what I call a tier one bull, you don't get in the way of that. You let it go because the candles are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I wouldn't be surprised if we have over a $10,000 candle in terms of range, low to high. When things get toppy, you're going to see some really explosive moves up and down. So in terms of like what you talked about, Bob, in the market and the crescendo, keep in mind, this can play out into like May. Like this whole thing could be a multi-week crescendo. So it's not like we're talking about, eminent tops in the market. We're talking about something that's going to play out over time and to the tune of a few weeks ahead of us. So keep an eye on things. But yeah, I wouldn't fade this move in Bitcoin. And I think there's a lot more coming.
Yeah. And, I'm calling it the iPhone effect. I don't know. A lot of people know what I do and I think you do. So in my daily walk now, I'm getting people coming up to me and saying, hey, what about Bitcoin? So I know there's the retail interest is coming in. And usually, the laters are going to be haters because they're going to catch this thing probably too late. They're going to wait for the breakout to happen. I agree with you, Phil. I think we can go from 68 to 76 in a heartbeat on Bitcoin. That's the next resistance area over the high that I have. And then, you said something really interesting too, because I have a lot of Bitcoin miners and we notice they pop and then they pull back pretty aggressively here. And you want to give your thoughts on that too, because I think that's really interesting insight that you have on how you play that, Bitcoin, altcoin, Bitcoin miner kind of a scenario.
Okay, so when we're in this bullish stage, and like you said, retail's just now starting to sniff it out, and that's kind of like the last part of the run, right? So when we get like this, you have to understand everything is super frothy and will remain super frothy. So what that means is there's a different way things trade in this environment. What's happening now is when Bitcoin takes off, right, has this very bullish move, you're going to notice the miners are going to lag a little bit. So there's going to be like this alligator jaw look of where the Bitcoin move goes up and miners actually go down, right? We saw that today. However, that gap closes. So best thing to do, Bob, is when you have a short-term downtrend on the chart like we do on Mara and some other names, and you can always chart WGMI, which is the ETF for all the miners, kind of acts like an index for the miners. But however you want to look at that, once you start to see them break that downtrend line, that's a go for me in terms of miners, and the catch-up move will be quick. And I think miners may actually end up rallying the last. In other words, Bitcoin might top out, they'll catch up, they might continue to push up, and so the moves on that I think are going to be quite spectacular as they do these catch up. But yeah, it's going to be like this ebb and flow, similar to what we see with altcoins. Bitcoin gets bid up, takes a breather, altcoins catch up. Same thing's happening with the miners from what I can see, and it's going to happen again here. So miners, I'm very bullish on. I think there's going to be a nice upside squeeze on those in the coming days.
Great. Hey guys, if you want to trade with us, go to tradelikeagenius.com. Got specials running. We put people in position in some miners last week, and people made some really good money. And follow our algorithm, get access to it, get access to our trades, and you get a great chat room to work in. So check us out. Take advantage of the specials we have on the site. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow. It should be a really exciting couple weeks.
Trade Genius.